to a cup of gin, feeling like a plastic bag, floating down a storm train. All you ever put me through, it was just a lot of pain. I was stabbed in the back, caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout. I've been caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout, yeah. Your lies are like a stone, they never seem to stop. Feeling like my heart's been torn, use me like a movie prop. You covered me in 4 little wounds, laying face down in my bed. You had me staring at the moon, too many thoughts in my head, and I was left for dead. Caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout. I've been caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout, yeah. Wow, shoot me, wow, shoot me down. Caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout. I've been caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout. Well, I was caught in a shootout, caught in a shootout. Shot in the back, stabbed in the back, left on the side of the railroad track, yeah.
James.
How you doing?
I'm good, mate. Welcome to Volume Dealer.
Happy to be here.
Oh, man. So you guys are down from Sydney.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
How was the gig last night?
It was good. I mean, standard stuff, you know. Just doesn't matter how many people are there. I'm still going to do the 100% effort.
You sure put in 100% today, mate. I give it 110%.
Yeah, I got a...
Unreal.
I had an ultrasound on my neck like a few weeks ago because my neck's constantly in pain, you know, so... But apparently I've done nothing to it, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that going forward, mate.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 22, so...
How long have you been playing guitar?
About 12 years, I think. So pretty much self-taught, just watching, like, Angus Young, you know. That's... Right. I did maybe some lessons for 1 or 2 years just for the basic stuff, like chords and things like that. And then after that, it was just watching Angus. I had enough to know how to figure it out, you know, so just learn by ear, you know.
Unreal. When was the first time you heard AC/DC? Obviously, AC/DC is a big influence on you guys.
Before I could walk, it was so, I don't even remember it. I get told the stories of it, you know. But I was like, yeah, I couldn't walk at all, and I think it was TNT came on the TV or on the radio, and I just crawled up to the coffee table and stood myself up and started just bopping along to it, you know. So, yeah, ever since then. And it's just, and then when the first time I saw him in 2015, after that, it just
What tour was that? Black
Uh,
Ice.
Rock or Bust, that one. Yeah. So I missed out on the Black Ice tour.
That was
unfortunately. That's my biggest regret is not kicking and screaming harder because I was like 7, so I should have kicked and screamed harder.
That's crazy. Because that's my first and only time that I ever saw AC/DC was that tour.
Yeah.
And it was sick. And I remember, that record for me was like a full, killer comeback record for those guys.
Yeah.
Like, if you ask me, they probably should have stopped after that record. But anyway, yeah, that tour was mad. That was
I so wish I got to see it because I missed out on seeing Malcolm and Phil.
True.
So, but nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So.
Unreal, man. Well, the first time I heard AC/DC, I had to bring this up because I was trying to think back to when I first heard them, and I can pinpoint it back to, it was a compilation record that I had, or a cassette tape, which I actually think back now and go, man, that thing was such a seminal thing for me. It opened me up to a whole bunch of different stuff, including AC/DC, and the song on it was Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.
Yeah.
It was actually the songs on it were all they weren't your stock standard hits from any of the bands that were on there. So it really opened me up to a whole bunch of different stuff. It's called So Heavy It Hurts.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a link to it. Check it out because there's some seriously cool old school shit on there. Including Motorhead's Rock and Roll was on it. Who else, man? Vinnie Vincent's Invasion. Heaps of old school stuff, man. It's really, really worth getting into.
the way your heels.
I've noticed you do these videos
Yes.
about you going through your lyrics. And
Yes.
you're utilizing AI in order to... I'll get you to explain it. Explain the situation.
So basically, I'll copy the lyrics of one of my songs and I'll paste it into this program, and basically it interprets what it thinks the lyrics are talking about and what it means, you know what I mean? So, you know, you just paste it in there and it goes, oh, this song's about this and it's got this energy and it's talking about that, and then I'll basically say if it's accurate or not, and then after that I'll go through the lyrics and just explain what I was actually talking about, you know.
Yep.
But a lot of my songs are like, I mean, all the songs that are out are at least 4+ years old of like when they were originally written. So I think all the way back then, most of the stuff I was writing, I just thought it sounded cool, you know.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really necessarily pick a certain topic, but I still tried to make it fit for the song. You know?
Interesting to see what the AI comes up with, though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, sometimes it's been really accurate, and sometimes it's been like, what the fuck, you know? Like,
So, which leads me to the next question, because I've only asked this a couple of times, but how sort of down are you with the whole AI thing and what it's doing in terms of music and stuff?
I think
Especially as a younger bloke, I sort of asking this because, yeah.
I don't like it, to be honest, because I feel like it's making it too easy and it's taking creativity away from people. And like, I got that many riffs, I could probably put something into AI and it just does the song for me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But it takes the fun out of it, takes the human element out of it, takes the little mistakes out, and you know, and I think it's taken a lot of people's jobs as well, which I think is, you know, like, because a lot of people, they do have a job that is their passion and that they like and they want to keep, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's good for some things, yeah, but I feel like it's mostly in music. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to take my job away. I don't want to do anything else.
Well, the bass player and I were just talking about this before,
Yeah.
and my thoughts on it. Yes, it is an existential threat to what musicians do in a certain regard, but then there's one element that they can't really AI replicate, and that's the live show, and that's what,
that's
you know,
true.
and that's where the human element really comes into its own, and maybe there will be a backlash. And there will be more emphasis put on actually wanting to see actual human beings play music in the flesh.
Yeah.
And it could end up being a good thing for the live scene.
Yeah, that's true. I just think, for me, if I follow a band and I find out that what they've supposedly written was done by AI, I'd be like, it's kind of like, it's like you're covering a song at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you haven't actually written it, you know? So I feel like, at least with bands, you should keep as much of it 100% original as possible, you know? Like, I mean, yeah, if you want to use AI to, like, write your band bio, which I've done that, and then obviously gone in and changed little bits and pieces, like, yeah, it helps with stuff like that, but as far as, like, the actual music, I feel like just keep it over there. Go use it with something else, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's too bad, Jack. I'ma tell you on down. waking up, motherfucker.
You write all the music for the band?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Everything. So, because the whole reason that started was I think it was the first song that I did was Tightrope. That was February of 2020. So I just wrote that. I didn't even have a DAW. I used my phone microphone, and I worked out that if I turn it different directions, I can pan it in your ears.
Yep.
And then I used this bodgy video editing program, and I just layered in 2 tracks of sound, then processed it into one, then layered the next one on. It was such a process.
Mate, that sounds like old school 4-track recording.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, that's how we used to record stuff, with the 4-track.
Yeah, so that's how I did that. And
unreal, man.
after that, I did one more like that, and eventually I got a MacBook with Logic on it and started doing it from there, and I just was doing everything myself. And so that's why we were originally just called James Van Hest before we changed it to No Bull, because I ended up having all these songs. I'm like, well, I can put music out now. So I was just like, I'll just put it out under my name, and then if anyone likes it and they want to play it live, sure, come and help me out. We'll play it live, So the idea was to eventually get the band name and get the whole band going, and then eventually we'll all write together once we've got the solid lineup. But obviously we're still missing a rhythm guitarist and all that. So, but I mean, so we got 3 albums out under No Bull.
Yeah.
And then there's 1 album and an EP out under James Van Hest. And my plan...
It's quite prolific, my friend.
My plan for those 2 is I'm going to re-record them and then release them under No Bull. And then I got the next, I think, 3 albums already done. So
Jesus, mate.
I'm pretty much doing
You're virtually an AI recording machine yourself.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes we're playing these songs, I'm like, I want to do the one I wrote the other day, But it's like, I want to do it properly and release it and do the whole, Well, that's another thing, actually, is with having them written so far ahead, I can listen to it over and over, and the tiniest little, if I want to change one word in a lyric, if I change that, I'm like, oh, that's way better. It can be the smallest change. Sometimes I'll change the whole key of the song or the tempo of the song, So that's I can definitely be sure I'm happy with it before I release it, because I get told all the time I'm an absolute perfectionist, So.
Wow, man. So with the recording side of things, do you record everything yourself, or do you go into a studio to actually do the records?
Well, it's sort of varied for different records. The very first EP, I did everything in the studio, and then the second one was drums and bass in the studio, and then the last 3 have just been drums in the studio and guitars at home and vocals at home, just to save money, really. So
you can do that these days too, which is great.
Yeah, so... I mean, I'm happy with the sound I can get at home now, but eventually it'd be nice to do it all in a studio and get a real good sound, so...
And you get somebody to mix it?
Yeah, I get someone else to mix it. I hate mixing.
Yeah,
I
really?
suck at mixing. Only mixing I do is when I'm cooking, so... and I'm not good at that.
Good stuff, man.
You can do Yeah, that's just a hoe. I don't know if you'll go on a tightrope. On a tightrope. You're on a tightrope. On a tightrope. Can you coach it? I'll take you down to paradise. Heading down to the bar. Don't try to run 'cause you won't get far. See you standing, smoking your cigar. Come on, Mr. Bartender, put whiskey in my jar. Here we go, going down the steep slope. I don't know if you'll go on a tightrope. On a tightrope. You're on a tightrope, yeah. On a tightrope. Let's go.
So, yeah, you guys are down here as part of a tour. I see quite a lot of shows, man.
Yeah.
You guys have been going hard.
Yeah, it's I pretty much am booking all of those as well. So it's one of the things I do sometimes. I'll just go onto Google Maps and just go to like an area like out in, like, say, Dubbo, and just look for the pubs and just contact the pubs and go, hey, have you got live music? If you do, what can we play? You know?
Wow.
So that's like, you know, some people are like, how do you get a gig in bloody Coonabarabran or Wingham up near Taree and all of that? And it's like, we've just found the pub and emailed them, you know? So, yeah, some of it's like...
I mean, your music as well is sort of... You can sort of play in the pubs, and I know it's got to go down pretty well in the country areas as well, which is a bonus, which is great. But that's good, man. That's innovative. That's looking outside the square, and it's probably what bands used to do back in the day a lot more than they do now, because now we've got your standard gig venues that's where you're supposed to play, and a lot of those pubs probably do get neglected. Yeah,
well, I found a lot of the out-of-town ones, they you know, they sort of look after you more than some of the ones that have always got bands in there, you know, like they'll give you a place to stay and, you know,
they're probably hungry for some decent entertainment too.
Yeah, they'll give you a pizza and all of that, so it's great, you know, and I know a lot of bands that don't want to do the travelling, but it's worth, you know, if you all jump in the same car together and just go out, it's so worth it, because they'll be like, yeah, play as long as you want, you know, do a 2 hour, 4 hours or whatever, you know, so.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. So finally, we're going to do some merch with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just working. Actually, I was going to show you some stuff before we did this, but I've got a couple of the mock-ups done already. But yeah, It's all based on your new album. So I'm going to flash up on the screen all of the different styles of shirts and merch items that we've got.
Yeah.
And if anyone's keen and they want to get a hold of some of this stuff, it'll be limited edition.
Yes.
So head to the website, volumedealer.net, and yeah, that'll be up for about 3 weeks after.
Get it now.
Yeah, that's it, man. Awesome. Fantastic. James, thank you so much. You guys rocked the shit out of it. It was unreal. Can't wait to, I'll get in there and do some mixing, man. That's my favourite bit. I actually enjoy that. I love taking the rawness of what we got today and then, you know, getting it to a finished product. And the live band recording thing is my deal. That's what I like the most. I love the energy, and we captured some serious energy today, man. So, yeah, good shit, man.
Yeah, I'll just add to that, I'm always got heaps of energy for some reason, like ever since I was a kid, you know, and my mum always says to me now, it's great that you've found what to do with that energy, you know, because I'll go and busk for 4 hours and then go and do a 2 hour gig that night, you know, so I love it. I live it.
Perfect.
You know, so.
Born for it, mate.
Yeah.
Awesome, James. Cheers, man. We'll safe travels back to Sydney.
Thank you. Yes.
Awesome.
This is a song called Bullet in the Bag. I wanna see your head bang. Are you fucking ready? Coming around with the street lights on, loading it up, don't take that long. Shot in the back, hitting the sack. You don't know till they yell attack. I had a light in a fire. It wasn't sweet just like a bullet in the back. Bullet in the back. Bullet in the back. It's a bullet in the back. Taking around to see the lay of the land. Gotta get out, you understand. What's it about? Can't go without. Straight bailing down, it's just at my allowed. Well,